Hello, in this video I will show you how to create a Blender project for SentiMask SDK. We will be using shape keys in Blender, also known as blend shapes or morph targets in some other modeling software. And we will use Add OSC plugin for Blender as well. This is a third-party plugin for Blender, so you have to install it separately. If you have not done this yet, please follow the link to one of our videos that has a step-by-step instructions on how to install and enable Add OSC plugin for Blender. It only takes a couple of minutes to set everything up. Although I am using Blender 3D, the same principles should apply to other software as well. First of all, I want to say that this video is not about a character modeling or Blender interface. You can find lots of tutorials online on these topics. I will also put a couple of links in the description of this video. So let's get started. I will be using a simple face models with expressions. You can download these models if you want. If you would like to use your own character, you must have a separate model for every expression. That is neutral expression, right eye closed, left eye closed, right eyebrow up, left eyebrow up, jaw to the right, jaw to the left, mouth right corner up, mouth left corner up, mouth open and lips forward. It's like if you want to give someone a kiss. Now let's start the Blender. You will see Blender's default scene with a cube, camera and light source. Object selection in Blender is done with the right mouse button. To select all visible objects, just press A on the keyboard. To unselect all, press A again. So select all objects by pressing A and delete them, pressing Delete or X followed by Enter to complete the operation. Now let's import our models with expressions. Go to File, Import, Wavefront OBJ. On the left bottom side of the Blender, you will find Import OBJ options. Make sure that Keep Vertex Order is selected. It is important, so all our models must have the same number and order of vertices, otherwise the shape keys will not work correctly. And keep that in mind when preparing your own models. Now navigate to our models and import zero expression right eye closed .obj. I on purpose added indices from 0 to 10 at the beginning of the file names. They will be useful later when we map OSC commands to our model. Now import the rest of our models. When finished, you will notice that our neutral expression has index of 10. Let's hide it for now by pressing the eye icon next to it. If your keyboard has a numpad, press 1 and then 5, which will bring the viewport to front orthographic mode. Otherwise, use View menu at the bottom left side of the Blender. Now with the right mouse button, select any of the face models and press A once or twice so everything gets selected. Now with left mouse button, press and drag the tip of the red arrow to move all selected models along the X-axis. Now unhide our neutral expression model and while holding Shift key, select it with the right mouse button. The neutral expression will be added to the selection. It is important that our neutral expression is selected last. Now let's go to Object Data tab, the icon with the 3 points connected into a triangle. If it is not visible, just move the panels a little bit. Under Shape keys, press little dark arrow to bring the context menu and select Join as Shapes. The reason why we selected our neutral expression last is that the last selection becomes as basis when we join shapes together. All the rest of the shapes are the part of that basis. Notice how shapes are arranged by the indices from 0 to 9. Now again, let's hide neutral expression and select everything else by pressing A once or twice. Press Delete or X and Enter to confirm the operation. Now unhide our model. In the bottom of a Blender, let's change display mode from solid to texture. Now let's check our expressions. Select an expression, let's say mouth open. You can change the value of expression by dragging slider at the bottom of shape keys, or clicking with left mouse button and entering a value from the keyboard. Also, you can enter a value next to the shape itself. The same applies to the rest of the shapes. The default value of shape keys in Blender goes from 0 to 1. We will change that from -1 to 1 for all of our shapes. Simply select the shape and change the value of the minimum in the range settings from 0 to -1. Once we have done that, we need to add values of shape keys to Blender's keying set. To do that, click with the right mouse button on the value next to the shape name of our shape with index 0 and select Add to Keying Set. Let's repeat that for all of our shapes, taking the order of indices into account. It will make things easier later. Now let's go to Object tab and under Rotation in one of the fields, click the right mouse button and select Add All to Keying Set. This option will add all the values of rotation to the keying set at once, instead of adding every value one by one. Now go to Add OSC plugin tab on the left side of the Blender. Press Import Keying Set button. This will import all our created keying sets in the order that we have created them. Now I will open Visual Studio solution of our sample, so you can understand what is going on. The solution itself can be found in Samples SentiMask folder of our SDK. We need to open C sample, not C++. At the top of main file, you will see host address and host port defined. This means that our sample will send OSC commands to the local host through port 9001. If you scroll down all the way to the line around 480, you will see the line that formats a string according to the OSC protocol. This particular line means that phase pose angles, pitch, yaw and roll will be sent as free floating point values, and these values can be accessed using a path or ID name pose. A few lines below, you will see another message dealing with the expressions. The ID or path of expressions is expressions, and this message has 10 floating point values that controls every expression. Notice the order of expressions. They match the order of every file name for relevant expression model and the order of our created shape keys in Blender. Finally, these two messages are packed into a single bundle message and sent to the Blender. Now let's get back to the Blender. In Add OSC settings, you will see that Blender is listening for the commands using localhost and input port is set to 9001. These are the same settings as in the source code of our sample. As for imported keys, we need to change the address from default value to expressions for every key controlling a certain expression. And we do the same with the pose address by giving the address pose. The Add OSC plugin decodes received values into array of numbers, so we need to set indices for every expression. That is why I tried to keep the names and the order of keying set as close as possible to the same order that is sent from the sample program. So now I can simply change indices, just increasing by 1 for every expression from 0 to 9. As for neutral shape, its index is 10, but we do not control this shape in any way. It's just a basis for all other expressions. In general case, you can give any name to your models, but then you will have to be careful and try not to mix the order of shape and the order of the value that will control corresponding shape. Finally, let's change the indices for our pose values as well. This is rotation about X, Y and Z axis. Now you can press Start button at the top of Add OSC plugin. The Blender will start listening for OSC commands. Now let's start our SentiMask OSC sample. You will have to switch to the top view in Blender. You can do it by pressing 7 on numpad or go to View and select Top from the menu. I hope this video was helpful and thank you for watching it.